Hello students, welcome to Fun Scholar. So today we are going to discuss the chapter named Coordinate Geometry. It's for class 9 CBSE students, but ICSE board student can also watch this lecture. So let's start it. So coordinate geometry, and what does it actually mean? So from the name you can simply assume that it has something to deal with geometry, okay? But in geometry we have already learned that about shapes, right? But in coordinate geometry there will be a significant use of these coordinates, which we have already learned, or if you haven't learned yet, then we will going to learn it in this lecture, okay? So let's discuss that why are we reading this, or why and where do we need to apply this. Okay, so let's meet near Red Fort at the location. Two friends are discussing this, and you know that you can see that this is a mobile, and where Google Maps or any kind of maps is been open. Okay, so from this we can say that coordinate geometry has a significant use in GPS systems. GPS means global positioning system. So in GPS we actually, the mathematics coordinate geometry has been used to develop the GPS system, okay? And for this use we generally use coordinate geometry most of the time, okay? So let's go to the next one. Okay, so what is coordinate geometry? Coordinate geometry, also known as analytical geometry, also known as the analytical geometry, is a branch of mathematics that deals with the study of geometric figures using a coordinate system. It involves using algebraic equations to represent and solve problems related to geometric shapes like lines, circles, curves and other figures. So this is a branch of mathematics where we generally use analytical geometry to solve algebraic operations regarding geometric shapes like lines, circle, curves and other figures. So this is, in one word, is coordinate geometry. In coordinate geometry, points in a plane are represented by ordered pair of numbers like x and y, two-dimensional shapes, or by triplets like this, which is also known as a three-dimension. Okay, so in three-dimensional space, the relationship between these points and various geometric figures are studied using equations, distance, slopes and angles. Okay, maybe this is sounding like a bit tough, but this is not. We will discuss it further. Okay. So let's watch a video to understand it a little bit better. So
where we had to give this edge a unique identity. To give it a unique Most importantly, the reference point would be the number 0. Now if we have any point in the region, we can easily give it an identity based on the numbers we have marked. But wait, what if the point is here? How would you give it an identity? It's simple. We just extend this line to the left and this line downwards. Let's zoom out a bit and modify this diagram slightly. We draw the horizontal line like this. Notice that it has arrows on both its ends. The vertical line is drawn like this, again with arrows at both its ends. We extended the horizontal line to the left and the vertical line downwards. Now no matter where you place the point on the plane, you will be able to give it a unique identity. We cannot keep calling these lines horizontal and vertical every time, so we name them. We generally call the horizontal line x-x. It is also referred to as the horizontal axis or the x-axis. Instead of calling it a line, we use a more sophisticated term called axis. That's all. And yes, it is commonly referred to as the x-axis. Similarly, we call the vertical line y-y. It is called the vertical axis or the y-axis. And what do we call the reference point? We name it O and it is referred to as the origin. But how do we number this part and this part of the axis? We will cover that in another video.
So here's the video, and we have learned from the video that what does the axis means. Okay, so in this figure you also tell that this one will be called as the x-axis and this will be called as y-axis. This one is positive and this side will be negative, and similarly the x dash will be the negative side of x-axis and y dash will be the negative side of the y-axis. Okay, and we will also learn about that how we are calculating or discussing about the plus and minus or the positive side or the negative side in upcoming slides. Okay, so let's see. And regarding the video, I don't play that much video in the live recording classes, but you can watch all the videos in your home as you wish, as your time, as you like it. Okay, so let's go to the next. Can you tell me where the fish, where the apple? So apple or apple, apple's logo apple. So here is the fish and here is the apple. Okay, so here we have the apple and here is the fish, right? And now what are they are telling us that we have to find the distance. If you want to find the distance of these two objects, so what they have did, they just boxed it out, and then if you have to go here from here and take a straight line, so the line will be like this. Okay, and we can also imagine an axis over here, and we can also transform into an axis and to find the distance. Okay, so let's go to further. This one was a pretty easy question, and they have just they have just given it to discuss it. And the video time, what are x and y axis? We already have been watched the video. I am not playing this one here. So let's go to the further. So from this one we already known that that positive x-axis is this side and negative x-axis is this side, and similarly positive y-axis is this side and negative y-axis is this side. Okay, let's go further. Okay, and this point will be called as origin, whose coordinates will be 0, 0. Right, and maybe you have already known about it a little bit. So the origin's coordinate always be 0, 0. Right. Now let's go further. Okay, so this one will be called as x dashed, and they have written it like x comma, but you can write it like this. You guys can also write it like this. They have written it like x comma. Okay, and next, okay, street plan. So let's come to some real action or the real life examples or real mathematical questions. Like a city has two main roads which cross each other at the center of the city. These two roads are along the north-south direction and east-west direction. Okay, so they, in this question, they have just telling us about that how the streets crosses, and it looks like, right, this. Okay, the next one. All the other streets of the city run parallel to these roads and are 200 meters apart. There are 5 streets in each directions. Okay, so it will be like this. So they all are 200 meters apart, and all the other streets of the city run parallel to the roads and are 200 meters apart. So they are 200 meters apart, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 streets, and each in the same directions. Okay, and next they are doing the same thing like for this, like parallelly, that is crossing. This is also 5 streets. So this is the city planning that we actually see in the Google Maps or any kind of maps. So these are the city planning where the roads connects to each other and goes parallel to it, and in these places usually buildings or residential plots being made of, right? So let's go to the next. And why we are studying this or why we are seeing this, because this is also apply the coordinate geometry's rule, because we have already learned that this one is will be called as the x-axis, and this one is the x-axis, and this one will be the y-axis. And you can also see that these all the roads are making the same thing. Like if this is the y-axis, this will be the x-axis, x, y. Similarly, x, y, and all that we can see it. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay. If the second street running in the north-south direction and 5 and 5th in the east-west direction meet at the some crossing, then we will call this cross street. Okay, 2, 5. So that means that in the north-south, if the second street running in the north-south directions. Okay, so the second street, which is like this, are running in a north-south directions, and the 5th from this is running in the east-west directions, and they are crossing at this point, whose coordinate will be 2 and 5. Okay, so they have just told it, and now you may have wondering that how this 2, 5 is coming from. So this is coming from the axis plotting of points. Okay, right? And if you are wondering that how we are doing this, maybe we will learn it in the further slides. Okay. Yes, they have just did it here, right? Okay, and maybe we have did a little bit mistakes. It will be like 2,5 will be here. So from this point they have started, we have maybe have made a mistake like doing this. So 2,5 points will be here, right? And the next, how many cross streets can be referred to as 4,3? So this is the question they have asked us. If we start it from here, so the 1, 2, 3, 4 and 3 will be here, right? So this point will be termed as the 4,3. And how did we start it at? That we will start from the origin. If origin is this point, the 4 will be here and 3 will be here. This will be 4,0 and this will be 3, if this is origin, that is 0, 0 and this will be then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be 4, 0 and this point will be 4, 3. The same process, right? So the next slide. So this is another video. So here we will going to learn that what about the Cartesian coordinate system. I usually don't play this much video here, but this one is important. So let's watch the video. Okay. So from this video we have learned that how we can calculate that the coordinate points of any given points, or can find any points coordinates. Okay, so by which we are going like this. So 2 comma 3, so 3 comma 2 will be from, if we start from 0, this will be called origin. So it will go from 1 to 3 and 3 to 2 will be like this, and 3 comma 2 is not same as the 2 comma 3, which they have also told us that these points is not same as the 2 comma 3. And how we will get the 2 comma 3's coordinate? It will be like, we will come here, that will be 2, and 3 will be here. So the point will be like here. Okay, so this video was quite essential for our upcoming slides. Okay, so what are the coordinates? We already discussed it, that coordinate is basically the x-axis and the y-axis over here, right? So this will be called as the coordinate. Okay, right? And then yes, this is the coordinate. Next, drop a perpendicular to x-axis, x coordinate equals to 4 abscissa. Drop the perpendicular to y-axis, y coordinate 3. Okay, so perpendicular, if this is x-axis, the perpendicular to the x-axis will be this one. So it will be perpendicular, this will be perpendicular to x-axis. Okay, drop a perpendicular to y-axis. So if this one is y-axis, then the perpendicular will be like this one, x-axis. So the coordinate, the x coordinate equals to 4. So this point will be 4 units, just like we can see from the image, and also they have written it over here, and this will be called as the abscissa, right, or base. If you have a troubling sounding this, so this will also be called as the base. Okay, and the distance from origin to the y-axis points, the y ordinates will be 3, and this will be called as the ordinate, right? Okay, the Cartesian plane. I now know the position of smiley. Okay, so this smiley's position we have to find. Now tell me, how can we find it? If this one is origin, that means that the coordinate of this origin will be 0, 0. So this one will be 1, 0, and this one will be 2, 0. So from this point we have to go here, and this one is 0, 1, and this one is 0, 2. So the smiley points distance will be 2, 2, right? And this was quite easy to find this kind of points coordinate. Okay, so that is 2, 2, right? And maybe I have discussed it, that how can we find the coordinates of any point over here. Okay, so let's go further. Like the x coordinate of a point is its perpendicular distance from the y-axis measured along the x-axis. It's also called abscissa. Okay, so the distance from a point x-axis to this point will be like this. Okay, the point is 3 units away from the y-axis, so the abscissa is 3 units, or 3 simply. Okay, right? The y coordinate of a point is its perpendicular distance from the x-axis measured along the y-axis. It is also called as the ordinate, the same as the previous. Okay, so now tell me what distance it will be like. It will be from the down to the distance of this point. Okay. Now the similar as the previous one. Okay, the coordinates of a point of the coordinate plane x comma y will be 3 comma 2 just like the previous one, and this one will be abscissa and this one will be ordinate. Okay, what are the coordinates of the given point? And you can simply find this one. It will be 0, 1, 2, 3 and it will be 1, 2, 3 and maybe it in the 4, number 4. So it will be 3 comma 4 maybe. Okay, so yes. No, they didn't have a, they didn't told it yet. Okay, so the point will be 1, 2, 3, 4 and that is 3. So the point will be minus 3 comma 4. Why minus 3? Because this position everyone is in minus form, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. This is the negative x-axis or the negative side of the x-axis. Like the similar way for the next one, this axis is positive, so it will be written as 1, 2, 3, 4. But for this one, this is the negative y axis, so we have to write it like minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and this one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like this one also will be, I have already done in the previous one. This will be minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2 and minus 1. Okay, and these two minus 1 are not equal, so be it careful. Currently I don't have place to write it, so I am writing it here, and this one will be minus 1. So this one is maybe going similar with the number 4, right, or number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these coordinate will be 4 comma minus 5, right? So I am not writing it again here. So you can just simply do this kind of sum just by counting the coordinates here. Okay. Okay, let's plot on Cartesian plane. Okay, so we also have a video and we have already seen 2 videos, so I am not playing it here. So let's go further. So Cartesian plane will look like this. Okay, so just try to see the image and tell me what you are understanding from it. Okay, so this one, first see this one. This one is x-axis and x dash axis or the negative x-axis, and in the upper position they have y-axis and the negative y-axis, and they have placed these points, and they have this one will be called as the first quadrant. Okay, this one will be second quadrant, this one third and fourth, and they have differentiated it with the Roman numerals. Okay, so this one will be the quadrant. So these all are the quadrants. Okay, and so it has 4 parts or regions, and if we place every point here, just like this point is here, like it's a home signal, like your home is here. So the coordinate of your home will be 1 comma 0 comma 1 comma 0, because your home is in this point. So this is 1 point, 1 unit in x-axis and 0 unit in y-axis. Okay, so this point will lie here. Okay, and if someone tells that this is home of your another friend, so this point will be So this point will be 1 comma 2 here. right? So by this method we can just simply find out the coordinates of any point. Okay, so how to identify 0, 0 on Cartesian plane? Okay, let's see this. So how can we identify the 0, 0 will start from here if these points are given? Okay, and here all the points are given, so the 0, 0 we can just identify from here. Okay, let's go to the next. How to identify 2, 4? Now try to tell me. So 2, it is 1, it is 2, so 2, 4, 4 will also be positive. So in the positive side it will be from like 0, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it will be like here. Let's see this. Yes, this is in here position. Okay. Now 4, 2, try it with me. Pause the video and try to solve this with me. Okay. So in 4 position it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and this one is 4 maybe. So 4, 2 will be like here. So let's see this one. Yes, it will be here. Yes, they have written 3 in here. The 3 will the position. Maybe the numbering positions been like a bit side by side, but you can do it just by thinking 0 in it, and you can place any number anywhere, right? Okay. Now 6, 4. So you don't have to see the numbers here. Okay, because numbers has been a little bit misplaced maybe. So if you try it from here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 4 will be like 1, 2, 3, 4. So this position will be the final position. Let's say it. Yes, this is the position, and you can just simply think about any points. Just like if I tell you to plot 5, 5. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will be like here. Okay. So you can just think about any points from starting from 0 to 9 and ending from 0 to 9. You can just simply plot the points in this graph. Okay. Now next, okay, they have now 6, 7 and yes, this will be like this. 0, 7. Okay, this one is quite a little bit confusing maybe for some people of you. So 0 will start from here and the 7 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, this point will be the 0, 7. Okay, so this will be like this. So let's, there is another one, that is how to label a point. Yes, you can just simply mark up like this, and they have done it with the red light, so it will be like this. Okay, okay, done. Okay, so let's go further. Okay, so they have, again they are telling us that how we can remember about the quadrants. Okay, so the first quadrant will be plus, the second quadrant will be minus, the third quadrant is minus, the fourth quadrant will be plus, So okay, so you can just remember it like by going like this. This one is positive and this one is also positive. So if you are going right hand side, so it will be positive. If are you going up, so this will also be positive. But if you are going the left hand side, just this left hand side, so it will be negative, and if you are going downside, it will also be negative. So from this point we can simply remember all the signs of the quadrants. Okay, so this is plus plus, this is minus plus, this is minus minus, and this is plus minus. So if I tell you that 2, 3 will be in this quadrant, if I tell you minus 2, 3 will be in this quadrant. Okay, minus 2, minus 3 will be in this quadrant, and 2, minus 3 will be in this quadrant. Okay, the numbers, the numerical values are the same, but they have just changed the signs, and because of this changing signs, their quadrants will be changed. Okay, so just let do a bit roughly. Okay, so this is 0, 0. Okay, this is the origin 0, 0. This one is 1. This one is 2. The similar way, this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3. So 2, 3 will be here, and this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3. So 2, minus 3 will be here, and from this one will be minus 2, and 3 will be 1, 2, 3. This one will be 3, and let's write it like it here, write it here. So this one will be 3, and here this one is minus 2, and this one will be 1, 2, 3 will be here. So this one will be minus 3. Okay, you can just simply do it by yourself, just by placing any numbers in all this between. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, where do these following points lie? So try to do it with me. So the first one is P, that is minus 4, 0. So it will be here, right? Okay, try to do it by all yourself. So minus 4, starting from 0, minus 4 will be, starting from 0, this will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and it will stop here. So the point will be minus 4, 0, right? So this one will be P, right? And I just made an arrow of it, but you don't have to. The minus 4, 0, the place will be here, right? Okay, let's see the next one. Okay, they didn't give the exam, they didn't plot it yet, but you can also done it in your home. Okay, let's do number S. Okay, Q and R is your home task, you have to do it in your home, and I am doing it number S. Okay, so S is telling us that 2.5, and we know that if this is 0, this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3. So 2.5 will be in the position of, it will be like this, 2.5, and in the upper position like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the position will be like this. So the point will stay here. Okay, right? Now let's go to the next one. So we also have another video that this is the what is graph paper and how does it help us, and you already know that what graph paper is, so I am not playing the video here. So let's go to the further. Okay, so this is the graph paper and we all are using it. okay, and maybe we have all used it in our lower classes, be it for mathematics and be it for for another subject like physics and chemistry. Okay, so A point, so this is, if this is A point, so the coordinate of A will be 2, 1. If this is B, the coordinate of it will be, and maybe it is a little bit hazy by looking it, but if you this is 0, this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So B point's coordinate will be -4, 2. Okay, and try to don't try to look at this and try to consider this one and try to tell me what will be the coordinate. Now tell me what will be the D's coordinate. So D is in the point, that is this point only, so the point will be -2, 0. Okay, and the C's point will be -3, that is Y, so it will be 0, -3, because it will start from the x-axis and the place is in the y-axis. So 0, -3 will be its coordinate. Okay, now we have a quiz time, that is, what is the name of the horizontal line drawn to determine the position of any point in the Cartesian plane? Okay, so these are the quiz question you all have to answer, and you just try to all the answer it. Okay, in which quadrant or on which axis does -2, 4 will lie? So -2, 4 will lie in the second quadrant. Okay, so these all are quiz question, I am not telling you the answers. Okay, you guys try it at your home. Okay, now do some practice questions. Okay, plot the following points on the graph paper. Okay, you guys can do all the questions in your home and try to do it in the graph paper, and there are also so many questions are given in the app's homework, so you can also try all of this. So plot the following points. If I roughly sketch axis, so if this is 2 and this is 5, so 2, 5 will lie here. 4 and -3 will lie here. 4, -3 will lie here. -5 and -7 will be in these quadrants, any position. So you guys can all try this at your home. Okay, carefully and peacefully you guys can do all the sums in your home in a graph paper. Okay, right, let's go to the next one. Okay, what is the measure of angle between the axes? Okay, next topic. So this topic will be a point whose abscissa or the ordinate are 2 and -3 respectively lie on which quadrant. Okay, so tell me, what is the abscissa of any point on y-axis? What is the distance of the point P from the x-axis? Okay, okay, what is the measure of the angle between the axes? So if these are the two axes and this is the angle between them, just tell me what will be the measurement of this angle in this axis. That will be 90 degree. Okay, this you can just only remember, or you can measure it with the protractor and the answer will be 90 degree. So this will be the distance between these two axes. Okay, the next one. Okay, a point whose abscissa and ordinate are 2 and -5 respectively lie on which quadrant? So we know that abscissa is originally the distance from y-axis to the point, and ordinate is the x-axis to the point. So that will be 2 minus 5, and it will be lie in 4th quadrant. So similarly, what is the abscissa of any point on y-axis? So the abscissa will be 0 in y-axis. What is the distance of the point from x-axis? You guys can all do it by yourself. Okay, what is the perpendicular distance of point 3, -4 from y-axis? So if y-axis minus 3, -4, so it will be, the distance will be so 3, -4 will be like here. So you have to distance, what is the distance from the y-axis? So the distance from the y-axis will be just this 3 unit, because this is 3 units away from this one. Okay, right? If x is not equals to y, then position of x comma y in Cartesian plane is different from the position y comma x, and we already know about it. That is, if two points have same ordinate, then the points are parallel to y axis. Okay, these are two just little quiz question. You guys can think that then the position of x comma y in the Cartesian plane is different. It will be yes, obviously it will be yes, because if x not equals to y, I am thinking that that is 2 and 3. X means 2, y means 3. So x comma y will be 3 comma 2 and y comma x will be 3. X comma y will be 2 comma 3 and y comma x will be 3 comma 2, and these 2 points will not be similar. So this one will be yes, right? If 2 points have same ordinate, then the points are parallel to y axis. Okay, so ordinate means distance from the y axis. So if they have the same ordinate, that means the second part, or that is be like this. So these 2 points will be parallel or not? Yes, these 2 points will be parallel, because if it is lies here and if it lies here, so they will be parallel, right? Okay, so that's it for today, and we have already discussed the whole chapter here. Okay, and next you have to just do the practice questions. We have given so many practice examples, so you have to do this and let us know that what problems you are facing in the class. Okay, for today I am ending this video. Thank you everyone, and have a good day.